In this video, we're going to discuss the spike trap. All right, so you can see I'm in like a tomb, and I'm just kind of exploring the tomb. La da 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 da. And, oh, I just got spiked up here. I got hurt by a spike trap that I didn't see there in the floor. Now I can get by a little bit. Oh, but you can see it's very sensitive. If I get too close, it just spikes back up and hurts me. So let me show you how this is set up. Here's our spike trap. Now this spike trap, by the way, this asset, this model comes with Max. So it just happened to be one that was there. So I said, you know what, I can use it. Now you'll notice right away if you use it that its 0 is below the floor. So you can't even see this. And there is actually a use case for that. And I'll show you guys that here in a moment. But for me, I wanted it to be visible so you could see it when I started the video. So I brought it up just a little bit through the floor. But it kind of depends on your scenario. Like I said, we'll talk about all of those things in here in a moment. Let's take a look at the behavior. All right, so we have the range, which is how close does the player need to be in order for this to be activated. You have the trap delay, which is how long will it take once it's activated, how long will it take to actually spike. You have the trap damage, which is how much damage is it going to do per spike. So that is important because if you have it set to multiple like I do, then that's 10 hits of damage per spike. And you saw it was pretty quick. The way I've got this one set up was pretty fast. So it was ticking a lot. And so if I had that up higher, I might have been dead. Incidentally, if you set this trap damage to 0, then it's an insta kill. So you can't make it 0, but you can make it 1. You can make it, a low number. Or if you want it to be to kill them very quickly, you either set it really high or you set it to 0, and that'll do the job for you. All right. We have the trap reset. So that really only applies if you have it on multi. If you have it only on once only, then it's not going to reset. But if you have it on multi, then you can set the delay for the reset of the trap. You have the trap speed, which is about the animation. So the spike pops up at a certain speed. That's the animation of that spike. The model has an animation speed. When you import your model, if you're using your own model, it's going to have its own animation speed. This is going to override that. So just set it to whatever it is you have that set to, or just dial it in depending on what you're doing. This took me some trial and error to get to these numbers for this particular spike trap, but that might change depending on what you're doing with yours. So it varies. You have the active animation. Animations have names, and this just happens to be the name of the animation when it goes up. It's called up, so that's what's selected. And then inactive animation is down. This could just as easily be spike and idle or something like that. So it just depends on the model you're using. When you import it, you get a chance to name those slot animations. So I would be very careful with your naming conventions so that it shows up correctly here, or that you can make sense of it when you get to this point. You have visibility. Now visibility, I alluded to this earlier. Initially, when I saw this, I thought, well, who's going to make an invisible trap? That seems mean. And then I realized that it kind of plays into this next parameter, which is trap active. Okay, so you can't set this to a switch and have it spike when you step on the switch. It doesn't work that way. As is actually exactly what I was going to do initially, and then I learned that I can't do that. It's activated by proximity to the player. If the model itself, if the trap is active, then that's what causes the spike, is the player gets within range. But you can set this to no to begin with, in which case this trap would be dormant. And I could walk right over it, no problem, no damage at all, until it is activated. And it could be activated by a switch. So if let's just imagine the scenario where I cross a room and I get an item, but that triggers the trap to be activated, so that when I come back the way I came, now it's activated, and I step onto the trap that I didn't see there, and now it hurts me. That is a use case where you could set this to invisible to begin with, and then it becomes visible when it's activated. Another way to do that is to leave it visible, set it to no as the trap active, and in this case, this model in particular, it's natural 0 point. If I look at right here, it's Y. You can see it doesn't show up. So if this was dormant, it was not active, and then I triggered it to become active, I could have walked past this without even knowing it was there. And then when I came back the same way, now it's active, it would spike up and hurt me. So that is one way to do it. Let me get that model back. Incidentally, if you ever lose track of your item, you can use this detailed object list and click on the item and then just pull it up like that. Okay. You can tell I've done that a lot. So I found that 7 looked good. I could see that it was there, but it wasn't all the way up. It was just a little bit there. So it gives me an opportunity to avoid it if I need to, or if I see it ahead of time. Otherwise, step on it and get hurt, and you know it's there. Let's see. Let's go back to the behavior. It's just a little bit more to cover. So we have the sound slots. So the first sound slot is the sound that it makes when it spikes up. And then the second sound slot is the sound that it makes when it goes down. So that was a very fast up and down. And so what I did was a louder sound to go up and really just a faint tick to go down because I didn't want it to be too annoying. So choose your sounds wisely and play test the heck out of this, and I think you'll do just fine. But that's it. That's the spike trap behavior. If you enjoyed the video or if you learned anything new, I'd appreciate that you take a moment to just click the like button down below. It helps me out. And if you're new here, please be sure to click the subscribe button. We're trying to grow the channel and get the word out about Max. And if you'd like a notification for whenever new videos are posted, just click the bell icon. That'll notify you when a new video is ready. Thanks so much for watching all the way through. I always appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hey, don't forget there's a written guide for every behavior, including ones I haven't yet covered on this channel. And if you want to learn some more, why don't you check out this video next.